what do you think about this prospect that a lot of the political commentators are writing about, that the Prime Minister might be a one-term government, that if they win next time, there could be a minority government, but even that they say it's looking like he could just be a one-term government. There have been so many scandals in the second half of this year.
Yeah, I think Paul Kelly summed that up pretty well in The Australian today, where he said there's a lot of these marginal electorates that are getting very cranky. Now, the last thing we want to do is go back to minority government. I mean, I can still remember how horrible it was in 2010 when Julia Gillard tied with the coalition on 72 seats each. And you remember those days? You might have even been down in Canberra where you had all those negotiations with Rob Oakeshott and with Tony Windsor. And with Bob Katter to try and form some sort of cobbled together government. Can you imagine that happening again after the election we'll probably have in 2025 with the Teals and the government and the Greens? You imagine what sort of Australia we're going to end up with if that happens?
Well, exactly. And Steve, I mean, the Greens were a radical left group back then, 10 years ago, but now they're an anti-Semitic party, undoubtedly. They are an extremist party. You can't possibly form any sort of sensible government with the Greens.
No, you can't, and they'd have to. That's the only way that they could get the numbers if you go into minority government. So, look, in a sense, you'd rather that Labor won in its own right than have to go back to that sort of horse trading. Let's hope that doesn't happen. But if Peter Dutton keeps his nerve, you never know. Anthony Albanese might be a one-term Prime Minister.
All right, Steve Price, thank you so much for your time.